What's up? Welcome back to another episode of How I Made It. Because I just dropped my Lakewood EP last week, we're gonna be doing Citysound off of that EP. If you haven't checked out the Lakewood EP yet, go click the link in the description, give it a listen. This song is pretty cool. I started with a little guitar loop and then started layering all these Foley sounds and then ran the whole thing through my 404. And on top of that, if you like the drums in the song, I'll be including a download link for the drums also in the descriptions. Other than that, let's get straight into Ableton. Okay, the first thing I recorded was this little guitar loop, and I used my little Ditto looping pedal for it. I was just kind of improvising, just jamming around, and I recorded this. This is just the main instrument you hear in the whole song. So that's the whole loop there. Pitched it down a little bit. Just added some basic like mixing effects. A little bit of treble added there. A little bit of EQ just to clean it up. And then right before all like the drums and the like the pad and everything come in, I turned on this effect rack that's like a huge reverb. It is a saturator and a low pass filter. So that kind of creates the whole soundscape that is a really big part of this song. So I'll play that little transition here. It kind of just devolves into this like long like hallway type of sound. And I like the way that sounded, but it needed a little more harmony. And so I added this pad here, which is just a wavetable synth. Kind of some basic stuff on it. There's a chorus. There is a big reverb that's just kind of like a digital plate reverb. And it's about halfway wet. And then a little DAW cassette plugin, give it a little character. So here's what the pad sounds like. Super wide, just really spacious, and it blends really nice with that guitar loop too. So what I did over here is something I did a lot on this album, where I have just a really ambient guitar sound, and then I chop it up to some chords later on. So this is now slowed down by at least half, I think. So we got the guitar and the pad going. There's sort of an intro section to the main part where this kit comes in, the weirdly nice kit. Super spacey kit. No hi-hats or anything. So at this point, we just have like the synth, the guitar, some drums, and of course this train station lobby thing. I have no idea what this announcer's even saying, but I loved this little bum. So I made sure it was on key with the song. And I just repeated it. It adds this to like a physical space. Like I imagine this song playing in like the lobby of like a huge train station. So then everything comes in here. We got these drum samples from Kalen Ellis, and I mean shout out to Kalen Ellis. He has some really great drum kits, but I just totally slammed these through an Echo Boy, and I like to do this thing where I kind of have some like really wide, like trashy sounding drums. You know, just really, really distorted. And then I'll layer them with my drum kit. So once everything comes in, I have these really wide drums layered underneath my main drum kit, and it adds a nice texture to them. And since the timing's a little off with them, it gives it a little nice groove. So that's my drums. I think that's the entire drum kit right there. And then once everything comes in, so this is the intro section right here. Once everything comes in, I bring in just some simple guitar chords, kind of dry. And because there's so much, I mean, if you look at this pad down here, this pad has a lot going on in like the mid-range, like 100 to 1K. So with this guitar, I just made sure that it was taking up like 1K and above. So it blends well. Cool. So the last instrument I designed was this like Reese bass. I think I made this preset back when I was making like dubstep. So this is using Massive. It is just super simple, like detune saw wave right here, going through a band reject filter, then a low pass. And we got a little tube distortion going here. So that's that. Here's what it sounds like kind of without this stuff. So it's like some definitely like D&B kind of stuff. And then I just low passed it. I love these basses because they have a ton of movement, and this song has a lot of slow moving parts. So I just add a little saturation on that, and it makes a really nice layer underneath all this. Here's another just kind of Foley, like ambient effect. It says there's police sirens, I don't hear them. This is just kind of like the sound of like a city. There's birds, there's some sirens in the background, some white noise. So I layered that all. It's pretty much all the instruments right there. And then I went over to my 404 and sent, so this is my SP404 output. So it goes out of 5 and 6 on my patch bay, comes back in 5 and 6. And I put the compressor on. So once I put the compressor on, it just glued everything together and really created this like dense soundscape that I really, really like. I love how the drums kind of, they like suction down this huge soundscape and kind of poke through occasionally when the kick hits. I think one of the really important things with this mix in particular is that I'm creating this like wall of sound effect with these like densely layered instruments. There's the bass, there's the pad, there's this ambient guitar, there's kind of a dry guitar, and then all this Foley stuff. And when you're using a really hard compressor on your master, so I've got this Wolf compressor, decapitator, and the 404 compressor, if you mix your kick and your snare really loud and have those be the pieces that the compressors will grab in your master, so it's like your kick and snare is up here and then all of the soundscapey stuff is down here. Every time your kick hits, it lowers the volume of your soundscape. So basically, kick hits, everything drops in volume for a second. So it's kind of like a super extreme sidechain compression. And I love that effect. And I use that a lot on this song. So check this out. Right here, this is basically all of my instruments. And then these are my drums. So even just check out the ratio here. These are hitting like -4 and these are hitting -20, but then when you slam it through a compressor, it's just sounds amazing. So that is how I made Citysound off of my new EP called Lakewood. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're enjoying my new EP a lot. I'm really happy to have it out. Thank you so much for watching.